Today I am going to make some homemade puff pastry. In a bowl I have 2 cups of flour and 1¼ cups of very cold butter that I've cubed. I am using salted butter, so I'm not going to add additional salt. And then you can either use your hands, 2 forks, or a pastry cutter like I did to cut the butter into the flour. And then once the flour and the butter are combined, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of very cold water. Bring that together to form a dough. I'm going to pour that out onto a floured surface, and I'm going to knead the dough a couple times. And then with my floured rolling pin, I'm going to roll the dough out, and you can see the hunks of butter in the dough. You want that. So you're going to roll the dough out, and then you're going to fold it into thirds and then roll it out again. Turn it sideways, flatten it out. And you're going to keep doing that and then folding it into thirds about 5 or 6 times. The more you do it, the better. That's the layers in your dough. And if you need to add a little bit of additional flour to your surface, do. Be careful with the flour. You don't want to add too much, but you also don't want your dough to stick. So keep folding it like you would an envelope. Roll it out, fold it, roll it out, fold it. It doesn't take very long, really. You can have this ready to go in the refrigerator in about 10-15 minutes. But then roll it in some plastic wrap and put it in the fridge for an hour or 2. And then when you're ready, I'm only going to use half of the dough right now. So I cut it in half, and now I'm going to roll it out with my rolling pin. And you do want to roll this out pretty thin. You want it to be about 1/4 inch. And then I'm just going to use the edge of my rolling pin and a pizza cutter to cut this into 4 squares. And I know they're not perfectly square, so hope that doesn't upset anyone like it did last time. And I'm going to make some chocolate-filled puff pastries. I'm going to seal the edges. I'm going to brush the top with an egg wash. Also, I did cook the scraps so we could see the layers. And then I baked these at 350 for about 14-15 minutes. And when they come out, they are so piping hot, so you do want to be careful. But they are so flaky and so buttery and delicious. I hope you give this a try. Subscribe and follow along for more delicious recipes. Enjoy!